What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. Back in the building. We back in the building like we never left, man. Y'all remember hit that like button and subscribe button, man. While we go down through there and do this, man. For anybody that's new, this is what we do, man. We bring everything to life, man. So y'all remember hit that like button, that subscribe button. And that's for real. What's up, Big Face? Y'all come on in, man. I know y'all been missing this, man. Y'all been missing this, man. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, man. And hit the like button as you get here. Real talk. I ain't no doubt. Oh, man, y'all come on in, man. Y'all come on in. What's up, Dre 2 Buzz, man? Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all share this out, man. That's what y'all need to do. Share this real live information out, man. I know it's kind of past this time because we normally come on at 8, but sometimes you got to adjust stuff on the fly, man. And that's what we did today. Like I said, for the first time, people that's tuning in, this is where you come and get everything that's real at. This is what we do at where it's real at. And that's for real. So as this clock count down, I'm gonna count down. In other words, we've been to this point before, so we know what to do and what not to do. And that's for real. We got 30 people in here, so we should have 30 likes and all the way around. I see your 448 showed up. What's up, 448? That 448 in the building. I know you missed this 448, man. We gonna give you a little something tonight, man. That's for real. Ain't no doubt. Y'all know we take care of our own, man. That's what this is about. We take care of our own, man. Got my boy CJ in the house, straight out of Beaumont, Texas, man. What's good? Oh, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.
What's good, man? That's all I gotta say. What's good, man? If you in the chat and you miss this realness, because that's what's about to happen today, it's gonna be real just like it always be. I am the one and only OG Hollywood, aka Mr. 110, all day, every day, where nothing is ever scripted. Welcome to the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we bring people alive in the channel and we motivate people to do the right thing, right? And today is no different. Today is really no different. It's been a long time coming for this individual that's about to grade the screen of the Ferguson Chronicle, man. Known him quite some time. And entered that time machine. I call it a time machine. You know, prison. Prison is a time machine. And it serves people well sometimes if they do the right thing. What I mean by do the right thing, hold yourself accountable for the actions you did when you was in society. Some people don't do that. And guess what happened? They find their way back to that time machine, right? However, I've interviewed over 100 men that were released from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I had the privilege of doing time with everybody that you've seen grade the screen of the Ferguson Chronicle. That's what makes it so different, because these are people that I didn't just meet on the internet. That's what makes it real. So in other words, I always like to use the brothers of the struggle, because that's what we are, right? If you spend a substantial amount of time with anybody inside an institution, those people become related to you, especially when you do 25 or 30 years. You know this one person better than you know your own family. And that's what makes this platform so good for people that's getting out of prison, right? Because it's kind of like a show and tell. You come here, tell your story, and a year from now, that's where you can tell if you made the real adjustments of being free. Some people don't do that. Some people go back. And the reason why they go back, because it's no financial stability and it's no blueprint. What do you mean, Wood, by a blueprint? People will extend their hand and to give you the wrong thing. And it's something that'll send you back where you come from, right? But the men that you see grade the screen of the Ferguson Chronicle, most of those men don't go back. It's like breaking a horse. When you do a substantial amount of time in a system, you don't want no more. You through. You through with it. But some men do go back. Some men go back. But for those that get out, you got to give them their flowers while they're here. Got to give them their flowers while they're here. So when they come to the Ferguson Chronicle, this is what we do. But you only can come here one time. We only extend that hand one time. We don't extend the hand 3 or 4 times. That ain't what this is about. We don't celebrate when you go to prison and get out. You only get it one time. Because when you do anything more than once, it's not a mistake anymore. That's what you chose to do. And it's an old saying, and I find it to be true. A fool and his money will soon depart. It's no different from your freedom. A fool with freedom will go back to prison. Trust me. Been there, seen it, seen him leave, seen him come back. But like I said, the men that grade the screen of the Ferguson Chronicle will always hold themselves accountable for their actions. They're not looking to pass the buck. All they need is a chance. All they need is a chance. But the proof is in the pudding, man. Today is no different, right? Today is no different. And this individual I'm about to bring to the screen, he's equipped. He's equipped. He has what he needs to survive in society. The rest is up to him. And I have no doubt that 10 years from now, he'll be interviewing somebody on this screen, because this is only pure documentation. My story can't save nobody. His story can't save nobody. And I always say, the most dangerous man in the world is a man with a made up mind. You're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. There's no in the middle. And you only get one chance to come here to tell your story. It's like a joke. It's only funny one time. And for anybody that keep laughing at it, they just stroking your ego. And that's real. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the screen Patrick King, aka C-Ren. Without further ado, what's good, C-Ren?
Man, it's all good, bro. God is good, man. What's happening, Dayroom people? What's good out there, man? What's happening?
Like I said, man, once again, man, welcome to the Flatland, man.
Man, appreciate it, man. I'm welcome, man. I'm grateful to be back, man.
Welcome to the Flatland, man. And what I want you to do, man, because this happens to the best of us, you know, at some time and point, you know, when we come in front of this camera, you know, we be kind of nervous a little bit, you know, kind of
Yeah,
nervous.
this is Key Taste. What's happening?
But what we gonna do, man, is we gonna get a people a look at you and what you've been through and how you made it back, right?
Right.
So, and I know you hear what I said, nothing is ever scripted, right? So
That's right.
what I'm about to do, man, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. As you can see, it's nothing in my hand, right? So I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, man, and it pertains to the situation that you just went through, right? That we all went through, right? And
Right.
during your time, you were more than tuned in to this show because you was tuned in by way of phone, right?
Right.
So it ain't no secret. So let me ask you this, man. Go ahead and tell the viewers where you're from, what led to the prison.
Okay, y'all. My name Patrick O'Neal King. I'm from Galveston, Texas, 2800 block, man. I'm in the building, man. Basically what led me to prison was just out there in the world being stupid, thugging it out, man. Just, in the streets, you know what I'm saying, with the homies and getting into stuff, you know what I'm saying, like with no direction, just wilding out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get a point across, but it wasn't no point to get across. It was all bad all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because it's like you think you're doing something right. You think you're doing something right from whatever belief you believe in, right? Whether it's good or bad. And then you get yourself knocked. You know what I'm saying? You get played out your freedom. You play yourself out your freedom, and then you don't realize you done really fucked up until a long period of time later when you really had a chance to sit down and the shit you was doing in the street didn't make no sense at all. You understand what I'm saying?
So let me ask this, Ren. How old were you when you went to prison?
Man, I was 15 years old when I got locked up, bro. I was a sweet 15 when I got locked up. I done 30 years in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're 15, you can't, it don't set in on you when they give you them numbers, because it's like a joke, because we all on some gangster shit. It's like, this is what we do, but it's not what we do. You know what I'm saying?
So
it just, yeah.
So at 15, right?
At 15.
At that particular time, at 15 years old,
Yeah.
you were being held. Were you being held in the TYC institution?
No, I ain't go to no TYC. I don't even know what that shit look like. I went from yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. You went from at 15 straight to prison.
15, certification, county jail, prison.
Okay. So at age when you went to prison, what was your first unit you arrived to?
The Burning Hell.
Namely what? Clemens?
Clemens.
And at that age, what was your thought process when you arrived to the Clemens unit?
Shit, I was finna get my point across. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you can put a little fear in the bad motherfucker, you all right. If you can show a motherfucker you got heart, you know what I'm saying? If you can show a motherfucker you can get in that wolf pack and beat up the big wolf, you all right. And that was what I was in my head. I just wanted to get in there and get my point across and get it understood.
So take me through your first day on the Clemens unit. What was that like for you?
Shit. My first day on the Clemens unit, I mean, it really was like a reunion, because I was around people that I was in the world with when we was doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Criptonite, you know, C-Fly, you know what I'm saying? Some more cats from where we from that we located in the world. But then on my first day on the unit, they sent a homie to check me in. And he got a look at me. I don't know what he seen in my eyes, but he got scared. He left. So they had to send somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So my first day in prison was like that. Like, I had to go, and you know how you be nervous when you go to prison, and they tell you, man, just get out there on that dance floor, man. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that, bro. Just had to get on there and get out there, man. And I won my first fight. For all you niggas saying what happened, I beat that nigga ass up. Yeah, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And then let the other niggas know, yeah, it's a nigga here gonna thump. That was the whole first day, man. Just getting the point across.
Let me ask this, Red. So, what was the gang affiliation like for you when you went to prison? What was that like?
I mean, shit, it was just like the free world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole gang affiliation, the whole gang affiliation thing, man, bro, it was like, it was going from one corner to the next. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, you in that bitch, and you got the whole Dallas thing, the whole Houston thing, the Crips over here, the Crips over there, the Fort Worth Crips, you know what I'm saying? The Island Crips. The whole gang thing, it was pretty much the same for me, like from leaving from the world. You fuck with these niggas and you don't fuck with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And a whole bunch of city and set tripping. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing, bro. It wasn't nothing different. I mean, coming from a gang culture in the free world, then going to the prison, being around a bunch of super gang members, it's like, shit, this shit where we live for real. So if you pretending, it's gonna come out. And if you're not, you're gonna stand up. It was just that.
Now that you had your first altercation, what was it like the rest of the week for you? How did that go?
Oh shit. I mean, listen, I'm gonna talk about something that 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 uh that Criptonite. If you ask him about it, he'll tell you it shook him. Um, shit. After that first fight, man, I kind of turned into one of them niggas that was looking to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody know CEO Hockley, man. That's my brother, man. We almost caught a murder case my first week in prison. You know what I'm saying? We beat somebody literally half to death in the day room on 3 and 4 road. So it went straight from that. It went from that to the extreme. Like, yeah. So my first week in prison was just like, I don't know, bro. I can't explain it. It was like maybe the best thing for me to put it was I felt at home. I didn't feel out of place. I mean, it didn't feel like nothing different from what I had been going through for the first year. Something I was locked in the county jail in detention somewhere. And then I was around a bunch of young damn fools. So I fit right into that shit.
So let's talk about the expectations of a man going to work in prison, right? You know, we all have different jobs in prison, right? We
Right.
all have different jobs in prison, right? Let's talk about C-Ren job. What was your job? Your prison occupation?
Man, I was a slave. I was out there in the fields and the burning under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Early in the morning till late at night. I was out there 2 halves. I was out there swinging Aggies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Picking cotton and shit. That's what my job was. Straight up. Get out there and backhag it. Pick it. You know what I'm saying? Or go sit in a hot ass Cadillac under the sun and burn to death. So, I mean, for the people who ain't never been to prison, they never been to the fields, and you heard the stories, that shit true. It ain't nothing, ain't nobody lying about that. It's the whole slave plantation. You seen the movie Life, you seen the movies where, yeah, that's that. Yeah, you gotta go out there and do that. That was my first job in prison.
Now, what was the worst thing you seen during your time in the fields? Whether it was an officer inmate or whether it was inmate to inmate, what was the worst thing C-Ren saw?
I mean, shit, I seen a lot of things, but I can tell you about a situation. Like, I don't know how many people ever seen that, but I was in the fields when the field boss was shooting the guns because we had a ride out there. You know what I'm saying? We had a Crip on Crip ride out there. It was like 3 or 4 rides in a row. It was all gang members on gang members. And it was mostly Crips on Crips. But we out there working with them Aggies. And when it kicked off out there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had weapons. You know what I'm saying? So as far as somebody getting shot, nobody gets shot. They were shooting the guns in the air trying to get us to break the shit up. But I done seen some people get their head bust. I done seen some people get hit with shit out there in the fields, you know. But that's basically about it on the field, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen death in the units. I didn't really see nobody get killed out there, but I done seen some people get hurt and get fucked up.
So 30 years is a long time for a man to do, right?
Yeah, right.
And for those that don't know, or for those that just tapped in, man, C-Ren did 30 calendar years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, right? And he's just been released a few days ago. And he came here to tell his story. This is the first story from a man that has did 30 calendar years, right? Let me ask you something, C-Ren, man. So let's talk about the mindset of a man,
Right.
that did 30 years, right? In your words, what was it like to do 30 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice?
Shit, it was a long time. In my mind, in my words, to do 30 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. First off, let me put it like this. I'm a strong believer in God. I believe things happen for a reason. I think that people like me that done a lot of time. You all right? Yeah, you fucking it up. Look, it ain't. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like you don't think about it, bro. That's the mentality you gotta have. Like me, my point is like you gotta detach yourself. You gotta detach yourself from all the free world shit, all the shit that make niggas come down here and turn old, then they have turned gray, and the shit that give you heart disease and shit, stressing, worrying about shit that you have no power over. You gotta let all that shit go. That's what I did, and it's like I was blinded most of the time down here in prison because you looking at a nigga who done 30 years in prison and came down here and did the time with no emotion, like didn't give a fuck, and actually got so caught up in this shit down here that I forgot to come home. I supposed to came out 7 years ago. I forgot it was time for me to go. I had to reach out and grab myself and readjust my thinking to figure out that I've been in here too long, and now I'm here because I want to be here, not because nobody keeping me here. So the mentality on that, bro, is like everybody got a different coping mechanism. You gotta come down here and you gotta figure out how best to survive this to get to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you get lost in the best way to survive. You just lose yourself in trying to make it, and you forget to get out. That's the best way I can put it. You know, it's that the mentality is just don't give a fuck. That was me. I ain't give a fuck. Because if I start giving a fuck, then it's gonna hurt me. Being in a situation is gonna hurt me more. So I chose not to. That was my way to deal with the pain of knowing I got to be here for a long period of time, and I got lost in the pain. I got lost in being numb in the pain, just being numb about it. That was my way, bro. I just didn't give a fuck. Whatever I wanted to do, that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? It just got to the point where it was time to stop doing what I wanted to do what I have to do. I was still caught up in doing what I wanted to do. And that's what made me stay in prison for 30 years.
At any time and point when you was in prison, right?
Right.
Did you ever feel like you were institutionalized? And if so, explain that.
Yeah. I mean, shit. You know, I've been the commissary nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've been a institutionalized, like, as far as being a cool nigga in prison, being a fly nigga, not just because, you know, it's you on some free world shit. Nah, you on some prison shit. You locked up. You gonna kick a nigga in the ass behind a half a pack of cookies. That's institutionalized, bro. Out here, motherfucker throwing away more food than some poor people can get their hands on in a week. They scrapping that shit. In prison, you gonna do something to a motherfucker behind that shit. On some institutionalized shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been institutionalized before. I'm institutionalized right now. I'm coping right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gone nowhere. It just I look at it different, and I'm understanding what's going on and what's wrong, and finding ways to heal with that shit. Like I said, I just got out. So I'm saying, so all this shit I'm dealing with right now is like, it's overwhelming, but it's not overwhelming because I'm meant to be here. I'm just back where I'm supposed to be. I'm adjusting back to that. But being institutionalized, I think everybody who go down there and do any number amount of time is going to become this because you have to. Because if you don't get in line with the institution going to get in line with you. You know what I'm talking about?
And, you know, me and you understand, and I understand where you're coming from because I did 25 and you did 30, right?
Yes, sir.
So when we speaking to the people that don't know, right?
Right.
So that statement you just made, right?
Right.
Explain that a little bit better for the viewers.
Um, let me see how to go different with it. Cause institutionalized. Let me see. Let me tell you what institutionalized is, man. A person that's institutionalized is a person that been locked up so long they don't know how to use a cell phone. An institutionalized person have no understanding about what's really going on out here in the real world, like paying bills and taking care of kids. An institutionalized person ain't worried about nothing but going to commissary. Don't nothing else matter. An institutionalized person, ready to kick it off because they can't go out to outside rec, not knowing that outside rec don't mean nothing because it's like that's all they got. It's all we got. So you lock your mind in the box. You in the box, you lock your mind in the box. And once you lock your mind in the box, it stay in the box. It is no way out the box. Some of us crawl out the box, but a lot of us don't. That's an institutionalized person. When you so boxed up and you so bottled up and you can't express yourself and you have no understanding about nothing, because all you know is count time, child time, commissary, and don't nothing else get through. It's like a brick wall. Can't nothing get over that wall. That's an institutionalized person. It's institutionalized people out here in the free world. But in prison, that's the institutionalized person.
Now that you say that, right, that it's institutionalized, right, that it's institutionalized people in the free world, right?
Right.
Let's talk about that. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I was told that you don't have to be in prison to be in prison. You can be in a self-imposed cage out here in the free world, right? You can be fucked up out here and never go to prison and not even realizing that you institutionalized. You go work at the hospital, that's the institution. If all you know is the hospital, you institutionalized. If you go be a janitor at the school for 30 years, that's an institution. If all you know how to do is be a janitor, you institutionalized. That's what I mean about people being out here. And these people locked in their own ways too. And they got ways and barriers and walls that you can't get over and fences you can't get through. Just like somebody in prison.
Let me ask you this, man, because like I said, you know, for the viewers, right?
Right.
For anybody that's just tapping in, man, this is a personal friend of mine and really a brother. I've been knowing him forever. And he's just been released from prison. He did 30 years in prison, right? And
with it,
the Ferguson Chronicle, man, is therapy to brothers that's just getting released from the system, man. This is where we bring them at. In other words, how people show off trophies. This is the Ferguson Chronicle trophy. What do I mean by that? Because a year from now, you will see what he means. He was institutionalized when he was in prison, but he's transformed. And when he come back here, he'll be another man. Why? Because he'll be done adjusted to this institution out here. That's why we bring the brothers of the struggles here as trophies to let you see that in society, they paint men that getting out of prison as losers. You only a loser the first time you go to prison. When you get out, you got a chance to get it right. You got a chance to get it right. So let me ask you this, Rand.
Yeah.
30 years. You've seen men come and go, right?
Right.
And when you saw that, what was your thought process?
To be honest with you, I seen men come and go and sit in the day room and hear the stories, and then I get a chance to sit in the same day room and hear the story from the same person again after they left and came back. To me, it's just like it was just a cycle. It was just some people go through. Like you come to prison and you try to figure it out, So when you get out, you can kind of get it right, and you can have shit going for yourself and line your life up in the right track. And something happened and it don't work for you, or you don't work it right, and you come back. I see a lot of brothers come out and stay out. I'm surrounded. I'm around brothers who didn't ever come back. But then I was in prison around people for 30 years. All they did was walk in and out the door, and they just had the same plan every time they came out. And those are the people I listen to, because those are the plans I don't make. Because that shit don't work. It didn't work for you. It probably ain't gonna work for nobody, because that shit it ain't even a full plan. This shit got so many holes and it's half baked. So it's like people who go in and out of prison, it's just that they ain't gave themselves a real chance at it, man. I ain't gonna say they ain't try hard enough, because some of them don't try at all. So somebody like me sitting in prison for 30 years watching people go in and out, I'm feeling like, man, y'all squandering something that I just wish I had. And when I get it, I need to know I'm really truly blessed, and fight to hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? That's all that gave me out of that. Just knowing I'm around people that's just full of shit and just don't bullshit. Go out there and take care of your business. And whatever the right thing is for you, you just got to do that shit and stick with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got from it, bro.
So I want to ask this question, man. So during that 30-year stretch, right?
Right.
Did you ever lose any family members?
Man, yes, sir, I have. I mean, I lost my grandmother, COVID. You know what I'm saying? I lost my auntie Hazel, my auntie Dee, a nice number of people. You know what I'm saying? I lost some homeboys. You know what I'm saying? I just lost a homeboy right before I came home. So I lost some people. But you gotta remember, like I told you from the beginning, my mentality down there was different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I had defenses up that shit that'll hurt a regular normal person, a rational thinking, somebody who ain't never been in my situation type person, how they'll feel and how they'll react. I ain't had that shit, because I ain't want to be hurt. And when it did hurt me, I kept that shit so bottled up, you wouldn't know what I was hurt, because that ain't gonna show. It'll show eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been on a unit with me. The craziness, that was my way of showing it. That was my only outlet for it. But death, I'm kind of indifferent to death, bro. My all them years of being in prison and knowing that people gonna die, I got a lot of time to do. And then when people start dying that you love, that you want to hug and see again, and they no longer here, you push that shit away, you box that shit up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to deal with it. Because you don't know what it's gonna do to you, especially being in prison, having no control. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to feel like that. And you don't want to turn into that type of person. So me, I'm just indifferent to death, bro. It don't bother me, it don't hurt me. And that was just some kind of defense mechanism I gave myself so I wouldn't feel so much pain.
So let me ask this, Ren. So let's talk about men going to prison, right?
Right.
And they have some type of form of respect on the streets, right?
Right.
I'm talking about your time. I can't speak for the other times. I'm talking about the time when prison, and we both know prison has changed, right?
Right.
Let's talk about the respect the man had on the streets. And he thought that respect was going to carry on to prison, right?
Right. Okay, now you got some people who respect from the streets actually carry on to prison. But for the most part, everybody got to show up. You got to make a showing. It's just like going to a theater, getting on the stage. You got to get up there and perform. You might don't have to perform a lot, but you got to perform. You got to show the people who they think you is, or who you say you are. Whatever perceives, you got to be that. You got to show the people you still can do that. You got a name in the streets. You go somewhere, you got a bunch of homeboys, they gonna big up you. You know what I'm saying? you just may be one of those cats that have an easy ride. But for the most part, I mean, your name on the streets don't mean nothing to somebody who's been locked up 10, 15 years already and a bone crusher. They want to see if you really about that. They want to see if they can take you down. If they can, like, you know, get them stripes off a nigga who already got a name. Some niggas respect it, but most niggas don't. So you just have to show a motherfucker, regardless of where you go, you get tested in the streets, you're going to get tested in prison. However you got your name out there, that's how you're going to have to get your name in there.
Biggest fear in prison. What was C-Ren biggest fear in the 30 years he was in prison?
Shit, dying in that bitch, never getting out. Like, never being able to hug my mama neck again. Like, my biggest fear in prison was dying in that bitch. Like, never getting out, man. Just getting so lost in prison or getting trapped up. You got brothers down there in prison. Some of them dudes went down there with 2 and 3 years. They ain't never getting out no more. You got them dudes went down there with small time, then got killed down there. It was a whole just want to survive this shit and get through it and get back to life. You know what I'm saying? My biggest fear was dying in prison. Now, mind you, I didn't give a fuck about death, but I didn't want to die in prison. That would have been really hard. Like, you leave for a long period of time and then you get killed down there in prison or you die in prison. How much more compounded that is for the people who love you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't get to spend no time with you. They ain't get to hug you and kiss you. And you go out and you die. That was my biggest thing, bro. Dying in prison. I ain't want to die in prison, bro.
So let me ask you this, Ren.
Yeah.
Let's talk about hold on. Let's talk about accountability, right?
Right.
At what time and point during that 30-year sentence you did, when did you start to take accountability for the things that you did in society that put you in prison?
Man, about 5 years ago, bro. Just not that long ago, about maybe 5 years ago. I mean, it's the whole really sitting down in a cell with nothing. No sheets, no clothes. You might got a pair of boxers and some socks if you're lucky. And just really think about what got me here, how I get to this point. And just thinking and reflecting, bro, like you do shit and you hurt people you don't even know you hurt. Not just you and yourself and your people. The people you do something to have people. And they hurt too. So you hurting a variety of people all the way across the board. So you have to sit down and think. Everybody talking about they you know, I'm a man up. I'm a man up on this, I'm a man up on that. But if you ain't being accountable for your actions and being, you know, regretful, you know, all that stuff they tell you and the niggas be hard. Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't like that, man. I don't give a fuck. It's when that shit turn over, when you start having, when your thoughts start getting to you to the point where you start realizing that you fucked up and the shit you do ain't right. And you got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to really look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you look at yourself and you don't like what you see. That's when you start making a change. That's when you start, you know what? Because you got to make amends on this end to heal to get to this end. So it's that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just started getting accountable, you know, holding myself accountable for the things I did out there maybe 5 years ago, bro. It took 25 years for me to figure out that I was fucked up like that, that I really do care, that all that I don't give a fuck shit, I really do give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It took 25 years to get that. It take a lot of time for some of us. Some of us don't take no time at all, but for some of us it do. It take a lot of time to realize that you done something wrong to somebody, that what you were doing wasn't what you thought you were doing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be accountable for that. And being in prison for X amount of years is those folks holding you accountable, but you still ain't holding yourself accountable. You just gotta look at yourself, and if you don't like what you see, it's time to make changes. And that what happened to me. I ain't like what I saw. So I started making changes, bro.
Once again, man, real life people, real life stories, man. You can't get there nowhere else but here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man, where we keep it 110 all the way across, man, every day, all day, man. So let me ask you this, Ren. When you first went to prison, right?
Right.
In the prison you just left from, right?
Right.
What are the comparisons in 2024?
I mean, straight up with you, man, the prison is a trap. I ain't mean like the prison is Needle Park. It ain't that gangster shit. It's like that shit over there in Philadelphia and Detroit, with motherfuckers living under the bridge with pieces of their skin and shit, balls and shit, because everybody drug addicts. Everybody on some kind of drugs, but they making it cool. Like when we first came to prison, you know, it wasn't cool to be that. Nigga looked at that shit like that, but like, no, niggas ain't even fuck with niggas like that. You ain't gotta fight in prison. You go to prison and you could do a little cash app and you live, you own. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to punch if you can buy some dope. If you can get high and get somebody else high, you live, you eat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you got to go get backdoored and show that muscle. You got that cash app. You could buy somebody some drugs. You a regular. That's what prison is now. Either you making some money, you hustling, or you blowing some money, you partying. That's prison.
So let me ask this, cause I'm gonna take some questions from the people in the chat, right? And we're gonna let them interact with you, right?
Right.
Let me see if I can't put this up here. It say on his day-to-day since he's been home, is he overwhelmed with changes of people, society, and seeing the changes geographically? Can you answer that?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, you gotta think. I just did 30 years in prison, right? When I left, it was no cell phones. You have cell phones in prison, but it was no cell phones in the world. Like the things that's going on in the world right now, I don't never have to leave my house. I can get on the phone and order some food and somebody gonna bring it to my door. I don't never have to go grocery shopping. I don't never have to do nothing but get on my phone and activate an app and send some money and somebody will bring it to my door. Geographically, all this shit new to me. I ain't never seen none of this before. Take 30 years out of somebody's life and put them in a cage from when they were 15 to they 45. Then they didn't know nothing when they left. And now they coming back. They still don't know nothing. Everything is brand new. Just the way the world is, the way the world's built up, everything is new. A lot of old stuff is tore down and it's been replaced by new stuff, better stuff. The whole system of being free, period. It's like when you little, you watch the Jeffersons, the Jetsons. They flying around and shit. They riding skateboards and shit. You know, it's like that. It's you stepping into the future. You coming from this and you done walk through some kind of tunnel, then you end up in this. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit, maybe not a lot, because you prepare yourself. You got what my brother CEO say, you start making your exit. You start preparing yourself for your exit. So you start getting in tune with things that you know nothing about until you come out here and touch it and really get a feel of it. So it's a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time, it's a whole lot of excitement. It's a whole lot of happiness. It's a whole lot of uplifting because it feels good to be in this part of something you've never been a part of before, like really been a part of society. It feels good to be free. It feels good to be out here. You know what I'm saying? So that overwhelmingness is just like, that shit turn into a shadow. It play a back role on what's really in front of you. And you don't think about it. You just get into it. And you just trying to, you know, put one foot in front of the other and wake up every morning and enjoy it.
Got a question, man, from Billy Garcia. He said, he wants to know what was on your mind, right? And how did you prepare for release? What was your mindset once you know you were being released?
I mean, first off, just having a mindset on coming home and working, not just talking about like sitting in the day room in prison. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do truck driving. I'm a hot shot. I'm now just whatever I can get my hands on, and humbling myself to the point where if I only make $11 an hour, I ain't tripping because I was just making $0 an hour. You know, just getting in line with knowing it's gonna be tough out here. You know what I'm saying? This the real fight right here. You could punch in the day room, and this the real fight right here. And that's what was on my mind, bro. Just coming out here trying to take my second chance and try to get it right. I messed the first one up. So you only get one shot at it, man. Like some people get multiple shots. I don't got that. I know I got one shot to get it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45. I'm too old to be playing little kid game. I got to get it right. So that was my whole thing, to humble myself, to understand all my blessings that's in front of me, and take advantage of the help that's being given to me, because it's there for me to take advantage of. Some people take advantage of it, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that you're blessed. That's what I prepared. That's what got me prepared to come out here and be in the situation that I'm in, a blissful situation.
15, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the women.
Talk about it.
You're a grown man now.
Right.
And at the age of 15, a 15-year-old don't really know how to interact with women. And being taken to prison at that particular time and coming back now after 30 years, right?
Right.
Give me your take on that. How do you navigate through that?
I mean, like you say, you might have to get me back on here a year and let me tell you how I navigated through it, because I'm just got my baby toes and that shit right now. It's like, yeah, I ain't even started. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even. I still got the little training things on your arm when you get ready to jump in the pool and you stand on the side of the pool and you're scared to get in there, and they give you the little thing. I got them on right now. I ain't even dived in the pool yet, bro. It's like, what you think you know when you're 15 years old, you don't know nothing. You have not a clue of what's going on, and especially with the women folk, right? It's like your little interactions, whether they be big or small, you might have did a little running through and then you might have not. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is obsolete, man. It ain't equipping you for none of this shit going on right now, especially with the ladies. They real out here, man. If you ain't real, just you need to stay out their way, man. It'll gobble you up. And that's just from a nigga who been out for a week. It's all right though, man. You know, like OG Hollywood, you know, some of us had to learn some things in prison. You know, some of us had some opportunities to be something to somebody in prison. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have cut it for you down there and kind of taught you a little something, because a nigga don't know shit, so you had to learned something somewhere down the line. That's like me. Shit, nigga just learned a little something, just enough to understand and keep up a little bit. That's about what I can say about that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you have to ask me in a year, maybe 6 months from now, I might have a different thing to tell you.
So let me ask you this, right? I gotta ask you this, right? Is it everything that you expected?
And some. It's everything I expected. And then, I mean, it's everything I expected and some, because it's all the unseen things that somebody who's been locked up for a long time don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Just going into Walmart. It ain't the same Walmart from 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You expecting one thing because you remember Walmart, but you going Walmart, that's a totally different Walmart. That shit is, you like, what's they doing? What's this? Why they doing that? It's like you don't expect this shit, but it's exciting to be a part of because it's new to me. It is new to you. You never had those experiences before. So now I get to come out here and at the age 45 experience some shit motherfuckers experience from when the time they can walk and it's just natural to them. And you got a nigga like me walking around, and I'm in Disney World, I'm in Paris, and we just in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, bro.
In society for a couple of days, right?
Right.
What's your biggest fear now that you're here?
Man, you know what? That's a good question. I ain't thought about that. I don't have none, bro. I just know one thing. I know what it takes not to be a fuck up. I know shit happen. Unseen shit happen. You know, circumstantial shit. Life is situational, and situations happen. But just not being one of those guys, bro. I ain't come over here. I ain't come home. Do 30 years to come home to be one of those guys that go back. I ain't doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't built like that. So, and there been some niggas that got on this motherfucker, like you say, not a lot, but a few done went back. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I mean, it's like my biggest fear is stubbing my toe when I step outside my house. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest fear, bro. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but that's my biggest fear. Somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna get it. Yeah, that's it really ain't no fears at all, bro. I have no worries. You know what I'm saying? I believe in something a lot of people believe in, a lot of people don't. It's something greater than me. It's something higher. It's a higher power, bro. It's something greater than me that been carrying me for 30 years through prison. To come home and if you didn't know me, by my appearance, you wouldn't know I done 30 years. If you talk to me and you give me a chance and we really go down through there, you wouldn't think I've been locked up 30 years. It's something greater than me that got me through that shit. You know what I'm saying? And coming out here, I don't fear too much of that. I don't have no fears on nothing, bro. You know, I feel like what's gonna come. I just gotta keep educating myself on the ways of living in society to be prepared for when it comes, to know the right move to make or attempt to make the right move and stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? So my fears are small, bro. I'm really, besides that, I have no fears, bro.
At what point in time, right? At what point in time during that 30 years did you know God was present? At what point in time did he show up for you?
Man, say I can honestly tell you, Hollywood, I'm one of them niggas. I never talk to God too much. I never ask God for nothing. But about 5 years ago, I asked God for some help, and I received it. And I ain't never disrespected the help since. It took 25 years for a prideful, pig-headed, stupid nigga to finally break down enough to ask for help, to ask that power, whatever that power is, for some help. You know what I'm saying? It come to some people and it just don't come to some people at all. It came to me at 25 years in, bro.
So let me do this, man. So I'm talking to the chat. If there's anybody in the chat that want to come on in the show, come in the show and ask any question that you want to ask. Or if anybody in the chat have any questions to ask those questions. If you want to ask by phone, the number is in the chat. You can call in and we'll try to get them questions to C-Ren. Like I said, 30 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, man. And if you have a conversation with him, just like so many other men that I know, found their way out and realized that on this side of the fence is where they belong the whole time. It's kind of like when you realize it's you fighting you. It's nobody in your way but you, right?
Right.
And when you figure that out, that's the day the door is gonna open for you, you know. So let me ask this here. Somebody say, what year did you leave? Give them that. Although we already answered that, but answer that question.
Okay, I'm gonna answer it the whole way, man. I got locked up in November of 1994, and I just walked out of prison in 2020. 24 of November. I just left.
There you have it. Let's talk about this, man. What are some of the biggest regrets that you had in your life, man?
I mean, some of the biggest regrets I have in my life is taking somebody else's life. I took something that wasn't for me to take. I hurt some people that it wasn't for me to hurt. That's a big regret, bro. Doing something to somebody mama that I wouldn't want nobody to do to my mama. I wouldn't want nobody to take me from my mama. You know what I'm saying? That's a big regret. That's hard. You don't think about it when you're doing it, but when you get a chance to think about it, it weigh on you. It's kind of hard, you know, to wrap your mind around it, right? And everybody want to be a killer and everybody want to be all that shit. Nah, it's hard when you think about what you've done to somebody and you see the real picture of it or how far it really go. It just don't go from you and you shooting a nigga. It go from you and the nigga you killed and the people who love that nigga. And then you lose yourself because the people who love you fit to lose you. So that's a big regret in my life, bro. That's like the biggest regret in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's you can't change that out. You can't turn that shit around and you can't give it back. That's a big regret. That's about the biggest regret in my life, bro.
You know, when we leave prison, right?
Right.
It's certain things always remind us where we don't want to go back to, right?
Right.
What was that certain thing to you?
Shit. I got a whole list of shit. Let me just start like this, man. Just, you don't want to go back to. First off, I mean, you got to follow rules everywhere you go in this world. It's rules when you drive on the highway. It's rules everywhere you go. But you for sure don't want to go back. I don't. To a motherfucker telling me when I can use the restroom or having to live in I got to go live in the bathroom. That's why I sleep at. That's what we sleep at because there's more than one person in there. We sharing socks and drawers. Like I'm gonna wear them today. They're gonna wash them and give them to you tomorrow. That shit, bro. The whole system. Not being able to just step outside your door with a motherfucker pointing a gun at you. Because if you cross that line, they got something for you. It's that whole shit, bro. The whole concept of prison. Lockdown, pack your shit up. You got to walk a half a mile carrying all your shit. If you can't carry it, you can't have it. Leave it right there. Motherfuckers fucking with you, rummaging through your shit. You want to wake up, it's like the police kicking in your door every day. They gonna rummage through your house and tear your house up every day. That shit. Just the whole, that oppression, the degradation, the humiliation. Stand over here, take your clothes off, bend over, spread your ass. That shit. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that, bro.
So I got another question from Billy Garcia. He said, what was the biggest obstacle he had to overcome 5 years ago when he decided to change his mindset?
Shit, my biggest obstacle was smoking weed in K2. Smoking. The whole party shit. I ain't gonna say gang banging because I gang banged so hard in my first years in prison that I ain't have to keep proving my point. I still get into a scrap or two every now and then, but the gang banging part of it, I was long past that. It's the partying, it's the whole escapism. That's what I call it, escapism. Trying to escape. You locked up in prison, but you doing everything in your power to escape prison. And the only way you can do it is through drugs. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're doing hard drugs, whether you smoking, or you doing that other shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was marijuana and K2. That was my escape. So I had to find a better way to deal with my problems.
Got another question, man. This is from Rose. Rose said that you DIY your own hooch. In other words, that you make your own hooch.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know how to make hooch. I'm pretty good at making hooch, and I ain't even no drinker like that. I can make some hooch, but you got times where you don't gotta make hooch. Well, you can drink some Ciroc. You can get you some brown. But when that shit ain't around, you making some hooch. If that what you like, that what you into, that what you gonna do. So yeah, we gonna fuck around. We gonna save the potato. That's the motto. Yeah.
Right, yeah, get the potato, man. We got the rest, huh?
Yeah, save the potato, man. That's the motto.
Hey, man, this is my boy in the building, man. Shout out Big Face, man. You know, Big Face won't know what was the feeling like to hug your mama as a free man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, on my way walking out that door, I ain't had no anxieties. I wasn't fidgety and nervous. I had steeled myself up for that purpose only, because I didn't know if my mama was gonna break down. My mama ain't hugged my neck in over 20-something years. So I'm fit to have a physical contact with the woman that gave me birth that ain't touched me in over 25 years. So my biggest thing was, I just hope she don't break down and cry a lot, because I'm going to cry a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tough. I don't want to cry. But if my mama cry, I'm going to cry. So that was my whole thing coming out the gate. I had my mind set on being strong for my mama, because I didn't know, if she was going to break down or not. And she stayed down. She kept it real. She didn't cry, so I didn't have to cry. But it was all love, bro. That's a hell of a feeling. That's just a hell of a feeling. That reconnection right there, it's like you've been disconnected from something and you missing something. It's a hole somewhere. And it's like somebody plugged the hole up. You connected back. Like you ain't got no Wi-Fi, you ain't got no internet on your phone. You miserable as a motherfucker. You can't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you get that Wi-Fi and that internet back, you can hit all the shit, you can do shit, you happy, you interacting, you plugged in. That's how that shit felt.
Hey man, shout out my girl, man, straight out of West Dallas, man. West Dallas Nikki in the building, man. If anybody ain't never seen that interview, go check that out, man. It was the only lady that grade screen of the Ferguson Chronicles, man. She got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did he ever experience eating any food loaves? Have you ever ate a food loaf?
Yeah, the breakfast kind. The rest of that shit, you throw that shit back out. You ain't finna fuck with that. You eat that, you tough. It's some tough niggas in there. I ain't never ate them. You know what I'm saying? I can eat the pancake food loaf, and I ain't finna, to taste like some sweet cake. But that other shit with the peas and I ain't gonna eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? I done been where I ain't eat shit. You know what I'm saying? I done been on hunger strike because they feed you shit you cannot eat. I done been through all of that. So I get it. Yeah, I done been on the food loaf too. I ain't eat it though, like that. You know what I'm saying? No, you throw that shit back out.
We got another question for man, coming from the GOAT. Did you go to our FI6 program before they let you go?
Yeah, I had to do the FI6 program, and I had to go. I went to Beaumont to do mine. That was the condition of the parole. They wanted to get some more money out of me for 6 more months, so I had to go take care of that way, man. I did the FI6 program, which is good though. You only get what you want to get out of it. So if you get something out of it, it's because you want to get something out of it. I got something out of it.
Yet 5,000 say, do you think prison saved you? And what would you do and what would you tell your younger self?
It's gonna be all right, man. I tell my younger self, you got a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? I still got growing, but I would tell my younger self, you got a long way to go. You got a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right. It's some light gonna shine at the end of the tunnel. Prison saved my life. All these people say now that prison shit there for a reason. That shit there for people who have those mentalities. who do those actions, that's where you need to be. That shit is there for a reason. That ain't there just because it's people who ain't never been to prison. What about the people who never been to prison? Prison right there. They ain't never been in that motherfucker. That place is there for a reason. They need to put your ass in that motherfucker. You need time out. You know what I'm saying? Some of us go back and forth to prison. They need more than one time out. But that shit there is, you need that. That shit saved my life. I just can't imagine going the way I was going when I was 15, where I'd be right now if I didn't go to prison. Would I be dead or would I wish I was dead? That's what I asked myself. And the only thing I come up with is I went to prison. It could have been worse. Like you say, I just hugged my mama for the first time a week ago. Some people ain't hugging their mama because they can't, because they ain't here no more. So I believe that prison saved my life.
Let me ask this, Ren. At the particular time you was doing what you was doing, right? Did you consider yourself a dangerous man?
Hell no. I was so motherfucking dumb. I just thought that shit was fun. I never considered myself a dangerous man. I was around people I thought was dangerous. I never considered myself dangerous. No, I was just a down ass nigga. I ain't consider myself a killer or none of that shit. I was just a nigga from the hood, repping out. I ain't never considered myself dangerous. But other people consider me dangerous. I never considered myself that.
Okay, so yet at 5, say 5 in the morning, you look in the mirror. Do you smile or do you cry?
Shit, like a motherfucker, I ain't cried yet. I ain't got no reason to be doing no crying. Cry for what? I did all my crying in prison when nobody wasn't looking. I'm smiling around here saying, this ain't no sad situation. I mean, it ain't that. Not for me, it ain't. I don't wake up every morning and cry because I'm free. Them the niggas that's crying to go back. I ain't doing that shit. I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying? Shit, a wise man told me they don't serve lemon pepper wings in prison. I ain't going back in there.
Shout out CEO Hockley. I know where that come from.
Yeah, shit.
I know where that come from, man.
Yeah, no, shit. Listen, man, I want to tell y'all something, man. I don't think the people really understand the depth of how far CEO Hockley is and how much he's invested in people like me. And this is my brother. Remind y'all, he got locked up with me in 1994. And he done came all this way. What he doing? And he is one of the reasons why I'm sitting in front of this camera right now today. He helped me get out of prison. He helped me realize some shit that needed to be realized. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing but the utmost, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know gang, nothing, but from one man to the next, from one brother to another, for Hockley, man. Straight up. His mind worked different. And if you listen to him, he can help you see shit different. And I appreciate him for it.
We got somebody in the building, man. Go by the name of Brian Payne. Said, God is good. To hear Pat talk like a grown man with responsibility is solid. Much love from the one and only King Beezy.
King Beezy, man. Now that, you can see, you got to understand his story. His story ain't no different from nobody else's life. His story ain't no different from mine. And look what he doing with his life. I mean, people like that, it's people that you're supposed to look at and try to emulate that shit. They say don't be an emulator, but some of this shit needs to be emulated. So it'll be more people that's productive running around here instead of this shit we got running around here that ain't doing a motherfucking thing. And they don't want you to do a motherfucking thing. They want you to stay just like them. He is somebody that's doing something with himself. And I respect King Beezy, man. He came a long way too. That's somebody I can look at and say, hey, man, let me check out his moves. Let me learn how to do that dance. You want to do the stupid ass shit, try to live like that. A man that's living right, that believe in God, they take his children to church. You know what I'm saying? They go home to his wife at night. That's the shit I'm talking about. This other shit don't make no sense to me now. What's up, King Beast?
let me ask you this, man. Like I said, for people don't know, man, or people that just tuned in, man, we got uh Pat King in the building, man. One and only C-Ren, man. One of the brothers of the struggle. So when we first started this thing, right?
Right,
You was always on the horn talking to me and CEO about the Ferguson Chronicle, right?
right,
And you were so eager because you didn't know when your time was gonna get called for you to have this moment right here, right?
right.
So let me ask you, man, now that you're here on the Ferguson Chronicle, man, and people are hearing your story for the first time, how did it make you feel?
Man, to be honest and truthful with you, bro, it made me feel good to know that y'all took y'all time out y'all life to put a program together, not to glorify nothing bad, but to help people get their story across, to help somebody who might don't understand, try to get a little bit of insight on really what going on with us and how we feel about this shit. And then being raised in prison around y'all, you know what I'm saying? Cause we was all around each other in this prison system. Man, that shit make me feel good. I'm proud to say, man, I fuck with that nigga and that nigga fuck with me. Like, nigga ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole growing up shit. And to see niggas that's out there on their grown man shit, that's doing something that can help somebody, that have a platform and they using it in a way that's productive instead of on some other shit. Like the upliftment of people. You know what I'm saying? Giving somebody a chance to voice. You know what I'm saying? Giving somebody a chance to express. Nah, this shit made me feel good, bro. I'm blown away. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, I'm a product of the savage drive too. You dig? I understand the whole savagery of the chains, man. And to see what y'all doing with this shit, bro, it's amazing, man. Straight up.
Real life people, real life stories, man. You can't get that nowhere here but at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. So if anybody at this time want to join the show, man, y'all know how we do it, man. The link is in the chat. All you have to do is tap in and come up, man. You can join the show, man, and we can do what we always do. You can ask your questions live and direct, man. So let me ask this, man. For anybody out of your 30 years that didn't, because you know sometimes we hold grudges, we got to straighten it out, right?
Right.
For anybody that didn't stay down with you during your 30 years, right?
Right.
What would you have to say to that one person or to those people?
Man, you know what I say to him, bro? That shit is in the past. I'm right here, right now, today. We can't do nothing but work on our future. I mean, you do 30 years, and for the people who don't stay down, you know, bitterness kills the heart, bro. Being bitter and being fucked up and vengeful and all that shit a disease. That shit'll kill the mind and the heart. It'll turn you into something other than what you really are. You know what I'm saying? It'll blind you to things. It'll stop you from um accepting and processing the good shit in life, the small shit that people don't think about until they take it from you, until you give it away, until you lose it. So for those people that I may have been bitter with at one point in time, I'm not no more, because today a new day. I mean, shit, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? For what you didn't do for 30 years, because I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We can start right now. We can work our way forward. You know what I'm saying? It go both ways, because I'm right here with you. We can struggle together right here. We can love each other together, and we can help each other together. That's what I got for those people, because I ain't mad at you. Because everybody going through something. Everybody struggling with something, and everybody fighting their way out of something. So for all those people that didn't do this or didn't do that, I'm right here. You could do it now. You didn't get it right then. I didn't get it right then. Let's get it right now. Just like that.
And that's facts, man. That's why I say You can't get that nowhere else. You can't get this nowhere else but here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. And we are distinct, man. You know, we are distinct, man, because people use the word real nowadays as if they're drinking a bottle of water and throwing it away, right? To become a real individual, that shit got to be worked on. Because you got to be willing to give and you got to be willing to accept. That's the realness that real people are looking for, man. And you done came full circle, man. Like I say, I know you, been knowing you. And the circle is right there, man. You know, and the man with the, like I said, a man with a made up mind is the most dangerous man in the world, man. And your mind made up to stay free, man, and you will stay free. Who is this in the building, man? We got somebody in the building, man. Is somebody just come in the building? Let me see.
Man, who that?
It's the motherfucking runner, nigga. What the motherfucking business is, nigga. What the motherfucking business is, nigga. Is it Dayroom time? What, nigga? Free world action or what?
Dayroom.
CEO in the motherfucking building, nigga. Y'all know what time it is. Put a motherfucking one in the chat if you can hear me, nigga. Hell is you talking about, nigga? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, nigga.
We got CEO in the building, man. We got CEO in the building, man. What's good,
What's
CEO?
Up?
Man, what's happening, man?
Trying to see if the light on in this motherfucker. Y'all know what time it is, man. Look, niggas scared, man. Them island niggas in the day room, nigga, they back. Yeah, they back. That nigga was getting their ass hauled off last time a nigga was in that motherfucker together. Nigga, do you hear me? Yeah, what's good? I can't see the chat. I can't see nothing, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Mr. Fuck Up the Audio, live and direct in this bitch, man.
Hey, man. So, like I said, you know, it's good, man, that everybody's back together, man. You know, those that stay down somehow, some way, find themselves back in the same spot. I can remember years ago, we all walked the same hallway, a long hallway, and a nigga didn't know what was in front of him, right?
Right.
Because we come from an era where men wasn't promised to make it out. And we did. You know, and for that, man, I give thanks, man, to whoever in charge. We don't know, but we know it's somebody up there in charge, right? And I give thanks to that, man, because we all came a long way, man. Came a long way in life, man. We're a long way from the projects, put it like that.
Right. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man.
Y'all know I get the fucking this shit up, man. Listen. Hold up. Let me pull up, man. Hold up. Let me see what's going on in this motherfucking chat, man. Who I gotta cuss out in this bitch? I ain't cussed a nigga out in a week. Nigga, I ain't even feeling good. I'm like, something wrong, man. I ain't cussed a nigga out. That's what's wrong. I ain't been on the show and called a nigga a bitch ass nigga in a motherfucking couple days. Nigga,
oh man.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on, man?
It's
shout out to my
man.
people in the building. Listen, man, on the serious note, we could bullshit, but on the real note, man, listen, this is what I want to say. This is what I've been waiting to goddamn me get on this motherfucker and just say and share with some people. Listen, Rick Ross used to have a song, bro, and that motherfucking song used to say, in the song that Rick Ross got, he used to say, get money. No, it said, being dead broke is the root of all evil, right? And that resonated with me. Being dead broke is the root of all evil. Get money, my nigga, do right by your people. Meaning, when we was kids, my nigga, we was so broke to where we couldn't do nothing but be violent. That's all you have when you in that scenario. And in that verse, when he say that, being dead broke is the root of all evil. Get money, my nigga, do good by your people. Meaning, like, once you cross over, once you get the money, once you get out of that survival mode, you gotta do good by your people because you know that evil still is there, that it still exists, right? So
Right.
I know y'all waiting to see my story when Pat come home and what's going on, and you know I know it's become entertainment. But if you don't get nothing else from me and my brother's situation, or me and Randy's situation, or me and any nigga situation that I fuck with, right? I want y'all to get this, man. Do right by your people, man. Take care of your people. And I know that seems hard, but man, you got people locked up, man. Right, those people. Bond with those people. You get more out of this life by helping people, especially if you got kids that's in jail. You know, like I tell y'all, Pat ain't hug his mama. I got to hug mine, and that showed me what compassion was. Because if she didn't have compassion for me, I damn sure ain't having for nobody else. Yeah, I ain't even know that kind of shit existed, right? So, in this story, send somebody some money, man, that's locked up. Or, if nothing else, man, y'all got the cash out. Can y'all hit the cash out? Hollywood, can they hit the cash out, man?
Yeah, man, they already know, man. If anybody feeling like they want to donate to the Cash App, Pat King, Cash App is up here, man. This is a brother that did 30 years, man.
Listen,
30 years.
show love to your people, man. You don't do
Nah, for
nothing
real.
else. Yeah, if you don't do nothing else, if y'all don't see nothing else about this story, man, don't be like, oh, CEO Hockley this shit, man. It's like, what you gonna do for your people, my nigga? Yeah, how's you? And I'm not saying you got a whole bunch of money to send. It ain't even a amount, my nigga. Is that the other person on the other side know that it's imagine let's just look at it. Imagine if I was fucked up on drugs or in and out of prison. And this nigga done came home after 30 years and he gotta be the leader. He gotta be the one to try to have his shit together while everybody else done fucked off their opportunities. And I'm saying that's the layout we got. Everybody just trying to survive their trauma or survive, you know, their situation. We got very little for anybody else, but wealth and success is in giving, man. It's not in taking. It's not in holding. True wealth, true success is in how much you give, man. When you leave this bitch, they ain't gonna talk about none of the cars I bought. They ain't gonna talk about none of the bitches I fucked. They ain't gonna talk about none of the fights I had. When a nigga leave this earth, they gonna speak about what you did for others, man. Yeah, what you did for others. And even if it's strangers, man, do something for your people, man. So I'm asking y'all in the chat, y'all shoot my brother some love, man. Cash out King Pat 409. And I'm not saying shoot him some love because he need money. I'm saying shoot him some love so he can understand, man, and listen, bro. Stay on the path, man. You got what you need. People that don't even know you root for you. If you send them some money, leave them a message because that's what that shit for, and that's how that shit works, man. But hey, I could talk forever about that, man. Y'all do, y'all do what y'all need to do. But I just want to say, if y'all don't see nothing out of this story, man, y'all gotta understand that, man. Take care of your people, my nigga. You ain't gonna be here that long. The people ain't gonna be here that long. We already wasted 30 years. Take care of your people, man. Hollywood did 25. Hollywood did 25. Pat did 30. What's that? 55. I did 8. Come on, man. You ain't gonna be here that long, man. Take care of your people, man. Do good while you can, right? And that's it, man. Y'all don't get nothing else from the story, man. This ain't about having money. It's about being responsible for the people that you are on this earth to be responsible for, man. Take care of your people. That's what this story is about. This shit ain't about balling. This shit ain't about, you know, who doing what, where, when, how. Nah, this about standing on business, my nigga. That's all this shit about. And this our business, and we gonna stand on it.
Hey, Ren.
Yeah.
You remember me and CEO was doing a live one day, and they had the captain on there from Darrington named Riggs. Captain, he
Gil.
knew
Yeah, Gil.
but
Cap Gil.
he in the building.
Oh yeah. Cap, you said Reggie. I could barely hear you. Said, oh yeah, that go Reg.
I can't see you, Red. Where you
I
at?
can't, yeah.
Hey, Will.
Hey, what's up,
What's
Gil?
up? He froze up. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man. What's happening, bro?
What's up, man? You all right?
Man, I'm all right, bro. I'm blessed by the best, man. I have no complaints at all. It's good out here.
Good. It's good. It's good. I tried to holler at you the other day, but old Dirty didn't pick up his phone.
Yeah. No, he told me you asked about me, bro. I appreciate you asking about me, man. I already know what our situation was, but it's a new day. It's about what our situation could be right now. It could be a straight situation, man.
Yeah. I seen him back in June. That's his wife, my first cousin, huh?
Yeah. No, see, when you find some time, man, swoop back through the coop and holler at me, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will.
pulled up on
I
me.
will.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, I was telling y'all.
Yeah.
I got something to say, goddamn it. Y'all want to show love to Pat? I'm talking to the internet people. I'm talking to prison people. Listen, December 1st, goddamn it, don't come to my funeral. Come to my 10-year anniversary, man. My 10-year anniversary. Listen, if y'all thought doing time was hard, try to stay open for 10 years. Do you hear me? I don't know if they can hear me, Hollywood, but try to stay open for businesses 10 years. If you think the Dayroom tough, try to stay open for business for 10 years.
That's the uphill climb, man. Hey,
I told old Irvin you was gonna be in here tonight. He went to that Rockets game though. He said he was gonna try to get in here, but he had to go to Rockets game.
That's why he pulled up to. Man, I'm finna come up there.
Yeah, C-Ren, remember old Irvin?
Yeah, I remember Irv, man. What's happening?
Yeah,
what's up with Irv?
He was gonna try to get in here, but he went to the Rockets game tonight.
I mean, hey, nigga out Irv. Fuck with me, Irv. Tell Irv got I'll say what's up, man. That was a cool ass nigga right there, man. Say he ain't look at a nigga like other, you know what I'm saying? He ain't treat you bad because you was in prison, man. And that shit was all right with me, man. That was all right, man. He was one of the niggas that came around and made that shit. He was all right, man. He treated you like you was a human being. You just had to fuck that off with him. He gave you a chance, man, and he was all right for that, man.
Yeah, he gonna come back and rewatch the show, but him and his girl went to the Rockets game tonight.
Man, man, more blessings to Irv, man. Real.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man, I'm glad to see you out, man, and take care of your business, man.
Most deaf, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, I appreciate you tapping in, man, but time is money, money is time, and we already been here for an hour and something. We're gonna do it again.
No, for sure, man. Hey, man, thank you, Hollywood, man. I appreciate you for having me on the Dayroom, bro. Thank you for letting me come on here and express myself, giving me a platform to say my little piece, man. Whatever little piece somebody got from it, man, I hope it was a token, man, and they could take it and spend it on something good. Yeah, I appreciate you.
I'm gonna let you know, just like I do everybody else. I'm gonna let you
C-Ren,
close. Go ahead, Red.
C-Ren, I seen you on that Popeye's chicken the other day. You talking about you don't
man,
eat no meat? You was on that chicken.
Say that was my first shot at that Popeye in 30 years. You even say I had to have it, baby. I was, hey, man, it was good, too, yeah. I had to have it, man. I ain't gonna even lie.
Hey,
I had to do it.
that's a good look, man. Say, Red, you know how we do it, man. We ain't gonna bring nothing but some real to the screen, man. You know, we're gonna bring some real to the screen and bring some educational to the screen at the same time, man. Because when you know better, you do better. You know?
It's true.
Right.
We're in the motherfucking building, man. We in the motherfucking building, nigga. I walk in the nigga cell, Gilbert, nigga got all this country man here. All this shit here going here, man.
I'm gonna get back out there. I'm gonna get back out there and holler at your CEO.
Yeah. Shout out to Cersei, man. Cersei in the chat.
Man, what's up, Cersei, baby? What's happening?
Cersei in the chat, man. He said, "What's up, Brand?"
Yeah, man. Tell that boy I say what happening, man. Ain't number love come from this way, Cersei. What's good, brother? Yeah.
Yeah, they tap in.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
You know how we do it.
I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Y'all stay up.
Same to you, bro. Like I said, man, it is what it is, man. You know, and hey, man, like I said, and the reason why I said anybody that's close to us, that's been through the struggle with us, only get one shot to come here, because we expect the best for you. Because when you know better, you do better.
For sure. True that, bro. And appreciate the shot.
And 30 years worth of better. So ain't no excuses. So,
none at all.
So what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna do like I do everybody else. C-Ren, I'm gonna let you close the show on your note, man. Give your spiel to people that's going through what you went through, and people that's trying to get where you come from.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
No, listen, man. I'm gonna go a little bit farther and touch on something my brother CEO Hockley said about taking care of your people, man. I ain't hugged my mama for 25 plus years, man. That had a profound effect on me, man. I think if I could have hugged her neck a little bit more, I would have been a little bit more better down there. I would have had a little bit less anger. Just take care of your people, man. Whatever little you can do, take care of your people, man. If it ain't nothing but signing up to Securus and send them a little message here and there with a picture or two, that shit help, man. Just take care of your people, man. You know what I'm saying? Any little thing help, especially with somebody locked up and they going through some shit. It's psychological shit. It ain't even physical. It's nothing physical. It's all psychological. It's all mental. And we all suffering from something, man. Just try to stay down for what you can do. If it ain't nothing but some kind words, that don't buy a nigga no soups. But those kind words might come to a nigga in a time of need. Just take care of your people, man. And know one thing, man. But for those of us that get a second chance, man, some of us gonna do something with it. I'm one of those someones, man. And I thank you and I appreciate you, man. For all the people who fuck with me, I appreciate you, man. All the people who thinking about fucking with me, I appreciate the thought. But it'll work out better if you goddamn me fuck with me. But I still fuck with you, man. Y'all start trying to find some kind of love within y'all self, man, so you can give it to somebody else, man. And I'm gonna leave on that, man. God bless you.
Once again, people realize stories, man. You can't get that nowhere else but here at the Ferguson Chronicle, man. 30 years in the can and now free. If that ain't enough to break a man, then what is? But it starts by having accountability for the things you do in life, period. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing, man. And remember this, man. Character can get you in places that money can't. I say it again, character can get you in places that money can't. Work on self, stay dedicated to character, and understanding beats the world, man. And when a man know better, he do better. I appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight, man. Salute C-Ren, and I already know he's gonna do great things, man. Why? Because he's surrounded by great people, man. And for those that missed it, this live, catch it on the playback. And for anybody that want to contribute to the cause, it's on the screen, man. When you show love, you get love, because you never know when you might need love, man. Until next time, man, y'all know what I do. Stay up, stay free, man. Salute.
Yo, this your boy CEO Hockley. Real quick, man, today's episode is being sponsored by OGHollywoodspeaks.com. Yes, that's right. OGHollywoodspeaks.com has this fly gear, man. Savage Drive, man. He has this very fly gear, man. He's a former prisoner that changed his life, did 25 years after receiving a life sentence, got home, and he been home 10 years, man. He's been out, he's been free 10 years. He has his own clothing line called Savage Drive. It represents the kind of drive you need to have to make it to the top, the kind of drive you need to have to stay free, right? And as we talk about this prison topic, I want to highlight and show and give respects to those that have been to prison and that are doing the right things in today's society. Everybody go to OGHollywoodspeaks.com and get that Savage Drive. If you got the drive it takes to be successful, man, support him. Also, you can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on all social medias at OGHollywoodspeaks.com. We appreciate the support here at CEO Talk, and we also like to support other black people doing something positive, man. Savage Drive, that is the clothing line. Get yours today. Salute.